The glory of God is the human being fully alive. In the 2nd century, pastor and theologian Irenaeus wrote these words, and I think about them every time I come into the sanctuary next to this painting that hangs in our narthex. I think about them too as I read from the book of Deuteronomy in chapter 14 about the life-giving celebration that God's people were instructed to do once a year. Once a year, they were told to bring a tenth of what they had produced, a tenth of their labor, out to a central place in the kingdom of Israel. And they were told to hold a great feast, an extravagant celebration of what God had done for them throughout the year in their own lives. And if people were not able to participate in that feast, for example, priests in the temple because they were attending the temple and not growing things, maybe people who were orphans or widows or who were strangers and didn't have their own fields, they were invited to come and participate too. No one was left out. It was a celebration of how God was at work, giving every good gift to the faithful people and how they would celebrate in response. Giving up a tenth of what you have worked so hard on your earnings, on your creation, that sounds like a lot. We have a hard time thinking about giving a tenth of our own incomes, even in this day and age. We struggle with our personal finances. We wonder about the best use of our resources. And so, in Mission Bend, we're going to try a 60-day tithing challenge beginning March 1st. You're invited to join us as we commit to giving 10% to God for the 60 days in the months of March and April. We want to celebrate what God is doing in our community of faith, and we think there's no better way to do that than by following God's teaching on giving and tithing. Now, we invite you to sit down, get with your family, look at your income, look at what you spend it on, and ask yourselves, is it possible that you too might be able to celebrate God's presence in your life by giving a tenth of that for God's purposes? There'll be encouragement along the way. There will be opportunities to hear from people who do tithe as they share about that own crucial practice in their own personal lives. And you'll be invited to see how God might be at work in your life, seeing and working and thriving. We invite you to join us during this season. Join us in the 60-day tithing challenge as we experience God's presence among us in a powerful way as we prepare for Easter. You're invited to fill out a card in worship on Ash Wednesday or in worship on the first Sunday of Lent, that's March the 5th. Come prepared to share with God what you know God has already done in your life. Come and celebrate the extravagant generosity of God's love. Thank you. May God bless you.